Jay Mason coming to you from beautiful Tupelo, Mississippi. And the topic for today is retrograde signaling, which doesn't sound that exciting, but it really is fascinating. So, three of the things we know about cannabis and how it interacts with our bodies is that we know that our bodies make cannabinoids. And we know of two of those so far. One of them is the bliss molecule. We know that we have built-in receptors. The two main ones are the CB1 receptor and the CB2 receptor. And we know that compounds from the cannabis plant interact with the system, the endocannabinoid system. So it's a little bit different from most systems in our bodies in that it can send messages backwards. And that's what the term retrograde signaling means. So imagine that you're in a classroom and the teacher's talking to the student. It's really a one-way conversation until that student raises their hand and asks a question back to the teacher. Maybe you're speaking too loud or maybe slow down. So in most of our brain, we have these neurons, which are tiny communication cells, and they send signals in one direction. So the sending neurons release a chemical messenger. It's called a neurotransmitter. And the receiving neuron catches it through these receptors. It's like a row of dominoes. So one falls down, goes to the other, goes to another, all in the same direction. So the endocannabinoid system, what's really fascinating, is that it flips the script and it can talk backwards. So if it's getting overstimulated or getting too many messages, then our bodies make our own endocannabinoids. Now that term endo at the beginning of the word means within. So those are cannabinoids within us. They go backwards. They bind to that CB1 receptor and say, hey, slow down or turn down the volume. So it's kind of like your home thermostat, where if it's getting a little bit overheated, it adjusts things. So the scientific term for that is homeostasis. And that's the role of the endocannabinoid system, is to keep everything in balance in our body. So where does cannabis fit in with that? So the THC in cannabis mimics the messengers that bind to those same CB1 receptors, and they send the same slow down messages, okay? So you're kind of doubling up on those slow down messages. At the same time, CBD acts a little bit different because it helps our own endocannabinoid system last longer by blocking the enzymes that break it down. So those slow down, adjust feelings are gonna last longer. So the endocannabinoid system is really special because it listens both ways. So when I was learning about this, one of the things I also wanted to know is, well, how does alcohol affect our bodies different from cannabis? And this retrograde signaling is a very big reason for that, because a big reason of why cannabis regulates our body and alcohol doesn't is because alcohol doesn't have that system that sends those messages saying, hold on, you need to slow down, you've had too much. It just gets those messages in one direction. It doesn't have a receptor. It doesn't have a feedback loop like cannabis has. So I just think that's fascinating, that our bodies have that built-in system to help regulate us, and that cannabis has the same compounds that our bodies are already using for that. So I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks.